Now we are going to look at the formation of polyatomic compounds, or rather the naming of what? Polyatomic compounds. Now, polyatomic compounds are usually divided into two. They are usually divided into two. We have the what? We have the anionic parts. We have the anionic part, and we have the what? We have the cationic part. Cationic part. The cationic part comes first, then followed by the what? The anionic part. The cationic part is the positive part, while the anionic part is the what? Is the negative part. And as I've told you earlier, the cationic part usually comes first before the what? The anionic part. Now, let's look at some common what? Let's look at some common anions. We have to look at some common ones, some common anions. So we'll look at anions like trioxonitrate 5. Trioxonitrate 5. We'll look at tetraoxosulfate 6. Tetraoxosulfate 6. Then we'll look at trioxocarbonate 4. Trioxocarbonate 4. Then we'll look at tetraoxophosphate PO4 3 minus. Tetraoxophosphate what? Phosphate 5. Now, how do we normally get the first one here? This one, we said this is what? This is trioxonitrate 5. How do we get the 5? Now, let's calculate for nitrogen, because we said nitrate 5. Nitrogen will be X. And we know that oxygen is what? Oxygen is -2. Then we have 3 of oxygens, which will be -2 times 3, which is what? -6. Then equals to what? -1. Because of this negative sign here, then equal to -1. Then your X is equals to -1 plus 6, which is what? 5. That's how we go to what? Trioxonitrate 5. Then for this, we have to calculate for sulfur. Then our sulfur becomes what? X. And we have what? We have 4 oxygen. That will be 4 times -2, because each oxygen is -2. That will be X minus 8. That will be 4 times -2. That's -8 equals to -2. That will be X equals to what? -2 plus 8. That will give us what? That will give us 6. Tetraoxosulfate 6. And for this, we have to calculate for what? For carbon. That will be X. And we have what? We have 3 oxygens, and each oxygen is what? -2. That will be -6 equals to -2. That will be X equals to -2 plus 6. That will be what? 4. Trioxocarbonate 4. And in this case, we have to calculate for what? For phosphorus. And phosphorus will be what? X. Each oxygen is -2 times what? 4. That will be -8 equals to -3. X equals to -3 plus 8, which is equals to what? 5. That will be tetraoxophosphate 5. That will be tetraoxophosphate 5. Now, let's look at how to combine them with what? With cations. Let's look at how to combine them with what?